All right, it is the 21st day in the month of November 2025, and I tell you, this month has, been running, it's been running pretty fast, and I love the pace for the month, honestly, because, Christmas is so around the corner, so why do we have to wait any further? All right, a lot is going on right here in Nigeria. Yes, Africa's big brother, but we just, have a way of keeping hope alive and taking it one step at a time, one day at a time as well. That tells you how resilient we are as a people. Well, today on the Eagles Morning Rise, we have a lot packed for your listening pleasure. And if you are just joining us, I would like to say a very warm welcome to you. Welcome on board. This is the Eagles Morning Rise Breakfast Show live on Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. And we started off with the news already this hour. We're going to be looking at 10 things that you need to know this Friday morning. We also get to take a look at, the newspapers and the headlines making the rounds this morning. The best part of this segment is the fact that you get to call in to share your thoughts like you always do. And of course, that will take us through to the next hour. And it'll be time for Sports on Eagles Wings with Alan Smith. Well, that's to tell you that we've got something for everyone, right? And it is an audience participatory program as well, where you can call in to share your 2 cents. And of course, at the 9 o'clock hour, it'll be time for us to talk politics and current affairs. But on the Eagles Outlook Hour today, we're not going to be talking politics. We're going to be talking current affairs. So let's just generalize the trend, all right? But with specific, focus on Nigeria's, state of economy. We're going to be looking at the declining, inflation vis-a-vis other economic, matters at the moment, all right? Now, that will take us through to the 10 o'clock hour, which was formerly the Media Extra, but now the General Open Banter, where myself and my co-discussant, Uche and Sunday, Baba for the girls, like some, family members would like to call him. We're going to be having an interesting, conversation at the 10 o'clock hour. Well, I usually don't share the topic or the focus. That way, I'm able to keep you on the edges of your seat up until that time. Now, that will take us through to the 12 o'clock hour mark, where I will be handing over to my colleagues, Udwag Daniel and Cassie. They will take you through the Sunnyside show from 12 p.m. up until 5 p.m. Now, best believe that all of these things that I've highlighted will be accompanied with the very best of music. My name is Omohefe Peace Osemere. Once again, I'd like to say good morning to you. Inakwana ekaro otutuoma agife amesiere ndeve ite olodudu emamuriake. On a good morning. This is the Eagles Morning Rise Breakfast Show. You should join us now on Facebook and YouTube, where we are streaming at the moment at Eagles FM Abuja. You probably want to put a face to the voice. Hurry now to YouTube and Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja, so you can also get, a sneak peek into our state-of-the-art studio. All right. If you're just entering the nation's capital, welcome, 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 welcome. And please, I'd like to encourage you to pitch your tent here, for premium entertainment and also the breaking news stories, all right? And if you are out or on your way out of Abuja, well, we'll bid you farewell, and we just hope that you had a great time, right here in Abuja, and we really cannot wait to have you, back again. That being said, today is such a remarkable day, especially in the media industry. Today is World Television Day, 21st of November. Now, television continues to be the single largest source of video consumption. Those screen sizes have changed, and people create, post, stream, and consume content on different platforms. The number of households with television sets around the world continues to rise. Now, the interaction between emerging and traditional forms of broadcast creates a great opportunity to raise awareness about the importance or the important issues facing our communities and our planet, right? In the 21st century, what is the purpose of a TV? A very big question right there. What is the purpose of a TV? It is not just a one-way channel for broadcast and cable content anymore. Modern televisions offer a wide range of multimedia and interactive content, such as streaming videos, music, and internet browsing. Now, on here, just like I said, we have a television that we're hosting, and it's one that is recognized globally. That is why you just need to go onto YouTube right now and Facebook as well, because we're streaming at the moment. And I would like to repeat or reiterate the question: what is the purpose of a TV in the 21st century? Now, some of you would agree that when you watch us live on YouTube and Facebook, it tends to be more engaging for you, because beyond the message that is being passed, you get to also see facial expressions, gestures, body language, from the presenter or whatever, and it gets you glued. It keeps you on the edges of your seat. So it's actually, I'm not trying to undermine, the significance of radio or the importance of, radio, or the need for you to listen via radio. But come on, there is this special feeling that comes with you just sitting relaxed, and then watching the screen, big or small. All right. And the good thing is, you don't really need to get a big television screen in your house or your sitting room before you can enjoy all of this content. On your mobile phone, as far as you've got internet data, you can watch us on the go. That is it. The miracle of technology, the miracle of change. I'll leave it right there. Now let's quickly take a look at 10 things that you need to know this Friday morning. All right. Right, President Bola Tinubu has asked the Minister of State for Defense, Alhaji Bello Matawalle, to relocate to Kebbi State over the abduction of 24 schoolgirls in the state. Now, Matawalle, who was formerly governor of Zamfara State, was asked to remain in the state to monitor security efforts to secure the release of the abducted students. Now, suspected Islamic State West African Province ISWAP members have attacked a police formation in Gaidam local government area of Yobe State, killing one officer. Sources revealed that the insurgents also set ablaze 2 patrol vehicles and carted away one, during the operation that lasted 45 minutes. Whilst taking a look at these things that you need to know this morning, I keep, moving my mouse, like I just want to be sure of the date, so it won't look like I'm trying to misinform the public. But you know what? This was actually published this morning. And the reason why I'm saying this is because of, these reports of, the ISWAP still, maintaining their onslaught in Nigeria. But of course, our fingers are crossed really to see what our security operatives would do in that regard. A federal high court in Abuja has handed a life sentence to Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Now, Justice James Omotosho delivered the judgment after convicting Kanu on all 7 counts of terrorism offenses. Former President Goodluck Jonathan on Thursday warned that Nigeria's democracy was being suffocated by reckless political behavior, cautioning that politics should never be reduced to a playground for unruly conduct. Now, this came as President Bola Tinubu said that democracy was standing in Nigeria because of the likes of former President Goodluck Jonathan. Now, I think yesterday was also his birthday. Former President Goodluck Jonathan, I think he clocked 65 yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Niger State Police Command on Thursday said that it has traced and arrested 3 suspects allegedly involved in receiving and selling rustled cattle stolen from Ibeto in Mariga local government area of the state. The cows were reportedly rustled recently from the community before being moved across state lines. The Naira on Thursday appreciated to 1,470 Naira per dollar in the parallel market from 1,475 Naira per dollar on Wednesday. But the Naira depreciated to 1,459 Naira per dollar in the Nigerian foreign exchange market, that is NAFEM. Now, amid rising security concerns across the country, stakeholders in the South-South geopolitical zone have called for a decentralized security approach, improved community government collaboration, and more robust intelligence sharing to better address insecurity in the region and beyond. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara urged stronger cooperation among stakeholders to enhance peace and stability. Now, the bandits who abducted worshippers from the Christ Apostolic Church, Okeigan Eruku, in the Ekiti State local government area of Kwara State, in the Ekiti local government, I beg your pardon, of Kwara State, have reportedly demanded 100 million naira ransom per victim. Family sources said on Thursday that the kidnappers had commenced contacting relatives of the victims using the phones of the abductees. You can imagine the guts. 100 million naira per victim. A policeman was killed during an operation by the Federal Capital Territory Police Command operatives to stop an attempted kidnapping in Guto village, a border community in the Buari Area Council on Thursday. Now, the armed men, numbering about 30, were said to have invaded the community and attempted to force their way into a residence. And finally, the Ogun State Police Command on Thursday said that its officers have arrested a suspected felon, Godonu Lowe of Omolende village via Idogo in the Yewa South local government area of the state, while fleeing with the corpse of his wife tied to a motorcycle in a sack. Now, Lowe, who had allegedly killed the woman and was apparently trying to escape justice, was however arrested following the an intelligence report received by the divisional police officer in Ilaro. Very disturbing, very disturbing stories this morning, but life must go on. All right, so there you have it on 10 things that you need to know this morning, dear listener. That being said, let us quickly take a look at the front pages of Nigerian newspapers to see what these national dailies are reporting this morning. Right. I've got the Vanguard newspaper, I've got the Daily Trust, I've got the Guardian, I've got the Punch, and I've also got the Nation newspaper, as well as the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. So, for starters, the Daily Trust, is going to be taking the lead this morning. And the big news story right there on the front page says Kanu gets life imprisonment after 10-year trial. Kanu gets life imprisonment after 10-year trial. All right. ACF at 25. Leaders demand solution to insecurity. ACF at 25. I suppose that should be the Arewa Consultative Forum. At 25, leaders demand solution to insecurity. Find details on page 32. This morning, health workers strike increases patronage of private hospitals. Health workers strike increases patronage of private hospitals. Find details on page 7 this morning. Moving on to page 8, violence in Nigeria affects Christians and Muslims. This statement is credited to the Pope. All right, you find details on page 8. And moving on to page 6, insecurity. Over 50 schools shot in Kwara. Over 50 schools shot in Kwara. Details on page 6 this morning. Jonathan's concession in 2015 strengthened Nigeria's democracy. This is coming from the President, Bola Tinubu. Find details on page 13 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Schoolgirls abduction. President asks a defense minister to relocate to Kebbi. Details on page 19. Now, despite capacity of 13,625 megawatts, only 3,781 megawatts of electricity get to consumers. So you can imagine the gap. Such a wide margin. But you find details on page 23. I'm sure you get I'll have a good read with that one this morning. I'll leave it there for the Daily Trust newspaper. The Guardian newspaper is up next. U.S. lawmakers question Nigeria's will and capacity to curb violence. U.S. lawmakers question Nigeria's will and capacity to curb violence. That's the big news story. You would find details on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. And that's just going to be about it, because the rest is a congratulatory message to the NSA Nuhu Ribadu on his 64th birthday. All right. And away from the Guardian newspaper, the Vanguard newspaper is up next. The big news story there says terrorism court jails Kanu for life. Terrorism court jails Kanu for life. This has got a truckload of riders underneath that headline. To forfeit the Biafran radio transmitter to the federal government. It says its broadcast incited killings, destruction. Justice in Nigeria, not for Southeast. Abaribe talking there. Ndigbo imprisoned for life. Ex-Senate President Wabara talking there. Nigeria has different laws for Southeast. Igbo women are the ones saying that. And the last writer says there is a double standard. Or no, talking there. You'll find all of that on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And this one here says Lagos raises 244.8 billion naira bonds for infrastructure. Find details on page 10. Atta, responsible for Akwa Ibom's increased allocation. Jonathan talking there. You'll find details on page 3. National interest. Anya, Aganga, Akonde, others chart way forward for Nigeria. Details on page 7. And then Eruku Church attack. Pattern of targeted violence now clear. This statement is credited to the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. You'll find details on page 4 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. As Congressman Riley meets Ribadu, security chiefs in Washington, U.S. Congress highlights alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. You'll find details on page 3. And Nigeria's entrepreneurship index rises to 0.47 points. This according to a report, and you'd find details on page 19. And we have this lone spot story right here. It says, outrage over World Cup ouster. Time to kick out NFF. Find details on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. All right. Now, the Mr. and Mrs. cartoon also on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. It actually tickles my fancy always. It says, dear, he was happy that our team won the contract. So we congratulated, ourselves by hugging and, backslapping. Backslapping, what does that mean? That is, the woman talking there, that's the missus. And then the mister says, I don't like somebody touching my wife like that, like that. Next time, backslap can earn him a dirty slap. I'm sure that was, that actually came off, funny to you. Anyways, that's it for the Vanguard newspaper. Now, the Punch newspaper is up next. And of course, the life jail term for Nnamdi Kanu still, taking the lead across these national dailies. Southeast leaders rally for political solution. Kanu to appeal judgment. Igbo elite to meet Tinubu. How Kanu sparked courtroom chaos before life sentence. All of that you'd find on pages 2 and 3 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Alleged genocide. U.S. Congress split over Nigeria's CPC designation. Details on page 2. Obafemi Awolowo's grandson, Shegun, dies at 62. All right. Details on page 24. May his soul rest in peace. Auditor General indicts CBN over recycled 29.7 billion naira dirty banknotes. Details on page 23. Ondo madman stabs NSCDC personnel to death. A madman in Ondo State stabs NSCDC personnel to death. Details on page 4. Tinubu governors celebrate Jonathan at 68. Oh, so I actually mistook it for 65. He's actually 68 years old. Find details on page 8, and congratulations to him, by the way. Right? Heavy ransom. Bandits demand 3 billion naira to free Kwara church goers. Details on page 24 of the Punch newspaper. I'm leaving it there for the Punch. And very quickly, the Nation newspaper says fireworks in U.S. Congress over Nigeria's insecurity. Lawmakers split on religious labeling of insurgency. You'd find details on the front page, but it continues right on page 3. Nnamdi Kanu gets life sentence for terrorism. IPOB chief found guilty on 7 counts. All right. Details on the front page. It continues on page 2. Tinubu sends Matawale to Kebbi, 900 troops to Kwara. Details on page 4. DSS files terrorism charges against 9 IPOB commanders linked to Simon Ekpa. Details on page 4. And this one here says Lagos allocates 245 billion naira bond to critical infrastructure. See story on page 7 of the Nation newspaper this morning. And very quickly, let's take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, which of course would be the last national daily to look at this morning. And Nnamdi Kanu to appeal as court jails him for life. Details on page 3. U.S. Congress holds public hearing on Nigeria as country of particular concern. Find details on page 12 this morning. WAEC shifts a full CBT exam to 2027. I thought it was actually moved to 2030. All right, rewards 18-year-old Osun State student who emerged, best overall nationwide. Details on page 4. Kwara Church kidnappers demand 100 million naira ransom on each victim. Government orders school closure in 5 local government areas. You'll find details on page 22 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, and that's going to be about the size of the headlines I will be taking across the national dailies this morning. As always, we encourage you to grab a copy of any of these newspapers to get concrete details of the reviewed headlines. And do not also forget that there are good articles and viewpoints, opinions if you like, across these national dailies. You definitely have a good read at the end of the day. We'll take a quick break now to go pay some bills. When we return, it'll be time for you to call in to share your 2 cents like you always do. I should also quickly hand down the studio numbers so that as soon as we return from the commercial break, we'll just go straight to the point. The phone numbers are 090-7353-0044. The second studio number is 090-8766-8888. You can send in your voice notes and messages to the WhatsApp portal already, and the WhatsApp number is 090-9705-4450. Do join us again after this commercial timeout.
What is it that they told you?
Chai, it don't happen oh.
Oga Shike, wetin happen?
Now this my Abuja Home Limited oh. The Ogbonge real estate company where they reliable, where they support small man.
My Abuja Home Limited?
Yes oh, they don't they sell their out of old title estate land for Karishi for cheap amounts.
Karishi bawo? This our Karishi. Where for Karishi sef?
Just opposite the Navy Phase 2 estate, you could see their land back for their discount pre-lot price. Their 400 square meter plot of land now just 4.9 million naira, while their 200 square meter plot now just 3 million naira only.
Hey, Oga Shike, this na the best deal bros for land wey get correct title document oh.
My brother, as I read my Abuja home office like this, I buy 4 plots at one time. The one wey bust my head finish na say you fit dey pay small and then show me their out of 4 title certificate from Najis. My brother, but hurry oh, na only 37 plots dey the estate oh.
Morire Oga Shike, abeg give me their number.
Yes, you fit call their number for 0808 8837 426. The number again 0808 8837 426. Abi you fit call this other number 0808 27 23824. The number again 0808 27 23824. Or you fit visit their website for www.myabujahome.com.
Hello, I want to buy land oh. Buy or talking?
Mayos, I don't show you will. My Abuja Home, live the life.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection no. For your engine no, keke make a mobile, make it mobile oh, make it mobile. Anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number 1 yo. Make it mobile oh, make it mobile. You carry the go, make everybody join me say, make it mobile.
Make you go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All right, welcome back from that commercial break. Thank you so much for staying with us. And if you are just joining us, this is the pages or the newspaper review segment of the Eagles Morning Rise Breakfast Show. It's time for us to take your calls and your contributions. Tell us what you make of these blazing headlines across Nigerian newspapers this morning. But, whilst at it, you must bear in mind that here at Eagles FM, we always kick against ethnic profiling, especially knowing that it, engenders disunity. We encourage you to respect the rights of all and avoid making insightful comments. All right? Whilst making your contribution on the show this morning, please, dear listener, stay civil. Avoid the use of vulgar or obscene language. And you must please stick to the headlines that have been reviewed on the show this morning. All right? The use of derogatory words, insightful, words, and all of that to instigate and cause unrest will not be tolerated on here. If you must lay claims, ensure that those claims, are nothing but a fact. All right? Thank you very much. And most importantly, turn down the volume of your radio set so we can hear ourselves loudly and clearly. The numbers to call once again for the benefit of those just, tuning in. The numbers are 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 090-9705-44 and 50. Hello and good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
This is Dr. Mr. Daramola. I'm speaking from Jua.
Mr. Daramola from Kubwa?
Jua.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, I want to speak about the issue of competing of Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
The only thing I want to say here is that, when you charge somebody for terrorism, there are some aspects, according to law, they need to look into. Because now, an ASFAP member that was charged 20 years imprisonment, who killed many people, killed soldiers, killed policemen, and even though they were most of them, they were engaging a dialogue with the federal government, or in the name of repentance, whatever. But these people, they are still moving freely in the society. For this one, somebody is fighting for freedom. According to some lawyers, they say there is no gun in your hand, there is no ammunition they find on you. So what is the essence of charging him life imprisonment? So an Igbo woman said, according to your newspaper, said that they have different motives against Igbos. Anyway, if you look at it very well, this judgment will not stand. Because if you check it very well, the judgment is just a one-sided judgment. And somebody who is fighting for freedom, it's not the first time, and many countries have happened to many countries, unlike a Finland, who came from England. So if you are not satisfied with where you are free to go. So let us wait and see what will happen at the Appeal Court and perhaps Supreme Court. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Well, Nnamdi Kanu to appeal as court jails him for life. That is what the Nigerian Tribune newspaper is reporting this morning. So we keep our fingers crossed. Like we'd always say, this is indeed a developing story. So we'll wait for more updates to, emerge. Hello and good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
I am Mohammed. I'm calling you from Asokoro.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. I think the judgment concerning IPOB leader is a welcome development. This is to serve as a deterrent to all those that are undermining national security, unity, and of Nigeria. So, and beyond just death sentence, expecting the court to also confiscate his properties and then use it in compensating his victims, because his group and his call for violence are responsible for the killing, maiming, and destroying of properties belonging to many people, including national properties. So I wish the court would have confiscated his properties and use them in compensating his victims. This will serve as a deterrent to anybody who want to undermine our unity, peace, and tranquility. That is my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution right there. I mean, well, we hope to... it is expected, rather, that the views that will be expressed on the pages this morning, they're going to be views and counter views at the end of the day. I mean, flurry of opinions. But, I mean, we are the ones soliciting for the views, right? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
I'm from Nasarawa.
What's your name? What's your name, please?
My name is Chinedu. I'm calling from.
I didn't get your name.
My name is Chinedu. I'm calling from Nasarawa.
Sule from Nasarawa.
Silva, the IPOP leader, Nnamdi Kanu, to convince him to life jail. What of Asari Dokubo, who killed soldiers and destroyed Nigerian property and is moving around? Sheikh Gumi is moving around. Many people in this country, even in the National Assembly, many terrorists are there. And the government just silence eye for them. That's why every day we are hearing killing. What of those people are killing Nigerians? Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, the best thing where they can do this man is to carry gun and kill this man. But if they like we have already bring big problem in the land. Why? Because this man is fighting for his freedom. You are cheating. Okay, what of the person like Azumi now, the state of the country now? Since the day he entered prison, he says subsidy has gone. How many people don't die for this subsidy has gone? Waiting Nigeria law. Nigeria court judiciary, they have already failed that judiciary. Let the masses rise up and take what belongs to them in this country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. But, well, if you have proof that there are terrorists in the National Assembly, please do well to send them to us. All right. And we always hand down our mail address for, reports like that, because it actually speaks volumes anyways. Hello and good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is GB from Lifetime.
All right, please go ahead.
That's a long time. Yes, the president ordered the Minister of State to go to Kebbi and make sure they get arrested. That's a good thing. But you ask ourselves, where are the girls being kept? Who is feeding them? Who is taking their medical attention? It shows to you that banditry and the dumping is a business, a marshal. There are sponsors, there are errand boys, friend logistics, and then the bandits themselves. Within the community there, they know where the location is. Even the community member, they know where, and they know the people behind those things. They know where they will kidnap those guys without the community being involved. Then the thing is that you have to tell who confronted them, who challenged them. I don't think there was any policeman in that environment that would have challenged those boys. That shows to you the need for state and community policing. Because you have state and community policing, at least about 30 to 40 police guarding the environment, protecting the environment, it will be easy for them to get those gates.
All right.
And the forest they have there, nobody is challenging them. They have been in the forest, occupy it, they are living there. That's the reason why the government should come together and make a state and community policing into law. That's the solution to all this. We don't need a Trump soldier in our town. What we need is states to agree for community policing.
Okay.
In the southwest there, they be trying to enter, they could not. They tried to forgive, now they're going to do Kwara. They could not because Amoteku is preventing them. That's the process of state and community policing.
Okay.
And for Kanu, what did EPA do that Kanu did not do? When EPA was convicted, this same was happy. They said yes, it is good for him, good for him. EPA was serving Kanu. EPA was a disciple, a follower of Kanu. So what did EPA do that Kanu did not do? He had the right to appeal anyway. That's his right to appeal.
All right, GB.
Asking the people for any judgment.
GB, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Please, we must stick to 2 minutes. All right, so we can have other callers share your thoughts. Okay. Hello and good morning to you. Oops, Moses. Please do well to call back. Please do well to call back. All right. Hello and good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Are you there? Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Okay. Please do well to call back. The studio numbers are 09073530044 or 09087668888. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 090970544 and 50. Hello, good morning to you. Yes, good morning, Apostle.
Yes, sir. Good morning. This is Apostle Osama from Apple. My take goes like this: that injustice for one is injustice for all. Sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. It's not an Igbo cause, but anybody that see that the government of the day cannot protect him, you cannot give us life, you cannot do this. You cannot do all these things, and somebody will voice out and say, this thing you are doing is wrong. Nigeria see how the kidnappers and killers are doing. Now he said it, he sentenced him to life imprisonment. Port of Tampolo. Tampolo now is one of the lawmakers in Bayelsa. What of Alaji?
Tampolo is not a lawmaker, please.
No, it's not a lawmaker. It's one of those people that the decision maker, but it's a person that carried arms against the land of Nigeria. He killed a life for today. He now donated money for Bayelsa. Dokubo, and all those things are bad people, but today they are people jubilating because this man, as an Igbo man, is very unfair. This is an injustice. But God, I believe there is God is not tired of making miracles. Nnamdi Kanu will soon come out. Thank you and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your contribution right there. Hello and good morning to you.
Hello.
Could you please turn down the volume on your radio set?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Obina Wokacha, calling from Abuja.
All right, please go ahead.
My sister, it's unfair. I'm talking about the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. What is going on in Nigeria today is unbearable. This issue of Nnamdi Kanu tells him to life imprisonment is not the solution because the federal government is creating another problem in it because the indigenous people of Biafra is very angry over this issue. So let them find a solution for this problem. It's not taking to life imprisonment will solve the problem of Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Well, Nnamdi Kanu has, right to appeal this judgment. I mean, that has been reported, especially by the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, that he would appeal the judgment. Now, when you look at the consequences of, the agitations, by the Biafran group, from declaring a sit-at-home order to the destruction of, properties and even people who actually lost their lives in the process. And also from what we saw yesterday, the judge is actually saying now, Justice James Omotosho is saying that Nnamdi Kanu did not really show any, iota of remorse, whilst the argument, was ongoing, right? Justice James Omotosho, and that's what he said yesterday, that Kanu had been unruly all through the trial, and according to him, the law allowed the court to sentence him to death for the terrorism offenses, but him, being the judge and also as a Christian, he chose to be merciful to the defendant. Well, this is a developing story, and this is definitely not going well, done well rather with some people, hence the concerns coming from, some quarters that the judgment was unfair. But let's keep our fingers crossed, really, to see the very end of this issue. I'll quickly move on now to the WhatsApp portal to take the contributions that we have on here. We've got quite a number of messages and voice notes. All right, so I'm just going to see how we can squeeze in all of these voice notes. I just hope that time would actually allow for us to take a listen to all of them. All right, so okay, let us start with this one. Hello and good morning.
Yeah, good morning, fam. Good morning, Omoefe. My name is Mr. Onyewego, calling from City of Suleja in Niger State. Yes, finally it has happened. Court, jail, Mazin and Carlo, alive. Yes, well, I see it coming. Yes, because in Nigeria, I'm not mistaken if I said there is 2 laws governing this country. Law for the southeast and laws for the other part of the country. Nnamdi Kanu allegedly saying, broadcasting in Radio Biafra, he got a life sentence. And people that has been destroying and killing people in Nigeria, they got reintegrated in the society, call them repentant. Yes, it has opened the eyes of even the blind. The blind can see in Nigeria now, and the deaf can hear about what Nnamdi Kanu has been talking about, marginalization of his people. Treating Nigerians as we are treating other people. They say no. Why should you say so? They sentence him for life. We are watching. God is at work. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
Omoefe, good morning. Celebrate you. I celebrate the gift of life. Triple D is sending this voice message from Waru. Omoefe, I congratulate our former president as he clocked 68. We pray God keep such personality alive and may God add more wisdom to him so that they can one day speak and better this country. Well, on the ransom to be paid, Omoefe, who is going to pay this ransom and who is going to receive it? You know, some people are by the corner receiving this money, benefiting from it, and they are there listening to us. Hey, Nigeria will get it right. Omoefe, have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you very much, Triple D. Good morning, Salasi.
Good morning, Omoefe, the Adeze of Eagle FM 1. My name is Salasi. I start by greeting Master Saminu from Lafcam, always appreciation. Yunus Adentini from Abaji, I greet you. I greet Master Eric. I greet Triple D from Waru. Apostle Osalai, aka Okinawe, I greet you. Danfulani, I greet you. I want to start by talking about ISWAP kill police officer in Gaidam, Yobe State. These are the ISWAP group of terrorists. They kill police officer, they bomb vehicle in Gaidam, Yobe State. And now they sentence one of them to only 20 years in prison. And he has already served 3 years. So he's going to serve 17 years in prison while they are sending Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. I disagree with that. I'm in protest with the sentence of Nnamdi Kanu and that terrorist that was sentenced just 20 years. Bandit demand 100 million naira per each person. That's calculating about 3 billion. And they use the victim form. Can't they use the intelligence to get this criminal, those young boys? I watched that video, how they invade that church and kill and carry people. Over 50 schools shut down in Kwara State. That is the plan. That is the plan of the Boko Haram. So we are urging the government shouldn't take this insecurity with levity. Woman of Amakri, I agree with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Salasi. Good morning.
Good morning, Amoefe. This is Tony from Karamajiji. I'm calling from Karamajiji. This is a court judgment for Nnamdi Kanu. That's not the best way to go about it. The Nigerian government, they just find a way to frustrate Igbo people. So nobody will hear this kind of court judgment. They will stand against that kind of judge. Because somebody make you angry, you now sentence to death in prison. That's not fair. Nnamdi Kanu is not killing anyone. He's not carrying harm. He's just talking from radio. He's talking as he's talking. You're supposed to listen to him and hear what that man is talking a good thing from Nigeria or is talking a bad thing from Nigeria. He said Nigeria to change. He's not telling anybody to join him. Those people are hearing from that man. They're not group to follow that man because of the bad country we are. So I don't know where this country is going. So let us just pray, let it not happen for the country. Because that man, the follower that man has getting is too much. Some people will come now and begin to do anything anyhow, especially for the country. So I pray for God, let judgment be prevailed. Thank you. God bless Eagle FM and the listener.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning to you.
Omoefe, aka our radio princess. Good morning, ma'am. My name is Suleiman Danfulani, aka the original Fulani man, photocopy from National Assembly quarters. Omoefe, I believe some will not happy with this judgment, but as Suleiman, I will tell you truly when it happened. I can remember when they killed Shekau. The Northerners was so happy. When they killed Muhammad Yusuf, the Northerners was so happy. Why? Because of the problem that they are causing in this country. So all these terrorists that has really declared as a terrorist, prescribed as a terrorist, wallahi, we pray this kind of judgment will happen. We have the Nigeria that we are dreaming in this country. All of us, we know what Nnamdi Kanu is causing to his own region. You understand? Like the same thing what is happening in the north. The same the Northerners, they are the one that's causing the problem in the north. So the same people at that region, they are the one that's causing their problem in their own region. So I believe most of us, some they will not happy. Most of where he's coming from, they will not happy. But most of you can see when it happened to the north, we are very happy. Wallahi, I pray all this kind of judgment will happen to the all terrorists in the north. Let them do it exactly how they are doing it in the south, where they do it for the south east. So let it happen to the north. We are very happy. We are very happy with this judgment. Let them continue. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Hello and good morning to you.
Good morning, Eagles FM. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Daniel from Kurudu. My take on this issue is that Justice Omotosho, after reading some of the crime, I think there is other one that he said inciting crime, probably communicating and then broadcasting crime. You see, he also incites his followers to kill people. Not that he kills people by himself. It's like a politician that is sitting in his office or her office using pen and defrauding the government. So some people use gun to commit crime, while some people use pen to commit crime. But nevertheless, what some of us are saying is that there are killers, terrorists. I think last week, a notorious terrorist that killed people was just sentenced for 20 years in prison. So with all this, people are beginning to question the way judges are giving their judgment. I pray we get it right one day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Bibi Blessing.
My name is Ngiyama. How are you? Good morning, sir. This morning. My name is Bibi Blessing. We laugh for this country, Nigeria. I cried yesterday for Nigeria. Now like this we go there, now like this we go. This killing for church, whether they kill. Is it me these people don't have a fear of God for God? When we talk now, they say no, we don't talk. You look at that old mama, we go to church, we want to run, where you can run to. Do you see the judgment of Nnamdi Kanu yesterday? Oh my God, now so they will take judge our case during the time of election 2027. Why? Remember, the money where they give you, you not go reach you the road of heaven, neither reach you to hell. If you are a judge where? If you are a president where? It's from order from above. It's what president tell lawyers, now lawyers they follow. If the president say they release that man yesterday, they will release it. Why are you bringing issue where it don't past term issue? You go to help Nigeria? Now no want these people. Make the let them go their way. Now say no. Now still keep innocent man. They want to put her for prison till when he don't hold, when he no go get power before they go release him. God will judge them one by one. Anyone judge this matter wrongly, God will judge them between their family one by one. God bless you. Bye bye.
Baby Blessing, thank you for your contribution. But to say that the judgment is just a clear case of orders from above, it actually speaks volumes. Like I said before, let us keep our emotions in check before sharing our thoughts on the show this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Miss Madam Presenter. My name is Uche Nam from Yokohama. See, on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, well, I'm not actually surprised anyway. I'm not surprised because from day one, there have been so much injustices against the Igbos. But we are not deterred. They can go ahead and do whatever they want to do. But incarcerating Nnamdi Kanu or putting him in that imprisonment does not stop the agenda of Biafra. They can only kill him. They can do whatever thing or do with him. But after him, many stronger than him will come out. So the better find solution to all this happening. Conduct a referendum, and that is it. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's take a listen, or let's take a look at the messages that we have on the WhatsApp portal. Comrade Ulobasi from Buhari says, a very good morning to you, Lady Omoefe. Peace, happy weekend. Asking the Minister of Defense to relocate to Kebbi State by President Tinubu is just a political statement with no weight attached to it. That's how the former IGP was asked to relocate to Benue State in the height of mass killings there. But the man quickly returned to Abuja the same day to continue enjoying his life, and nothing happened as usual because the killings didn't affect the big men in the country. In addition, please help me to greet your former colleague, Iheanacho Prince, even as I remember the two regular callers to this station whose voices have not been heard for a long time now. They are Elder Dora and Elder Onoja. Let's check on them, please. God bless you. Thank you so much, Comrade Ulobasi from Buhari. And Tarakin Bihundu says, good morning, Ife. I am in Nasarawa State. The judgment that convicted Kanu was already arranged and predetermined. It was already arranged and predetermined. This is unacceptable. Most of these governors in the East are against his release. However, I see hope for Kanu as he heads to the Court of Appeal. All hope not lost. I'm not comfortable with the judge who delivered the life sentence, Justice Omotosho. On the Kebbi girls, it is unfortunate. After days in the den of evil people, can we have them back in the exact number? Will the criminals not... I see the Nigerian government and our security agents, they are overwhelmed and they need foreign help. A whole general was executed by these criminals few days, and we move on as if nothing has happened. Tarakin Bihundu right there. Ola, you didn't state your location, but he says my contribution is this. If we all in agreement can stand up in unison and fight for our nation, there is nothing these people can or will be able to do about it. They cannot unalive everyone. A good leader listens, he adjusts, and he carries people along. A leader who kills the followers will, with self-serving policies, will eventually find himself marching alone, because a path without people is not leadership, it is dictatorship. That is what Ola is saying this morning. Please do well to state your location next time. Chinonso from Suleja says ISWAP leader gets 20 years and Kano is getting life jail. I understand that where you come from, your tribe and religion determines the judgment you get from the same offense. This is Nigeria. That actually speaks volumes. Hannah from Gwagwa says, good morning, dear. I stop sending comments about headlines because we are in the country that we use laws to silence the truth, yet we are operating a democracy or a democratic, government or dispensation. I doubt that because there is no freedom of speech. Do have a nice day. Franklin from Lugbe says, good morning, presenter. The gods of the land is the highest justice. Justice for one is justice for all. Judiciary, God is watching. Okay. Abbas reporting from Duse says, good morning, Omoefe. On Kanu's judgment, I don't know why some Nigerians are trying to compare this judgment with others. Was Simon Ekpa, who had committed same, act, not sentenced in Finland? What Kanu need to do now when he's appealing his judgment is to find a good lawyer who can stand and defend his case, not this rascality, representations he was exhibiting in court. All right, on the kidnapping, I think our president is not taking the right action. Our president needs to act fast before these girls are distributed away. Distributed in what sense, by the way? The military should be, should swing into action. They should come all the areas these criminals are hiding the girls and fight, to release them. Abbas, thank you very, very much. And Joseph from Jai says, good morning, Omoefe. Still on Nnamdi Kanu. I know I am not a lawyer. There is a clear indication that evidence on ground is not amounting to sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Nnamdi Kanu's threat was... Okay. It says few days back, ISWAP boss was sentenced to 25 years only, while Nnamdi Kanu, that used microphone, not arms, is being sentenced to life in prison. I can remember people who used TikTok to campaign against Jonathan. None of them were sentenced. Joseph from Jai. Okay, James from Suleja. I'm just going to see how I can squeeze in your message. It says, is the last caller aware that a security team was posted to the school and withdrawn 30 minutes before the attack on the school? Has there been any investigation into who withdrew the team and why? Ondo communities have been experiencing bandit attacks recently, despite deluded claims that the Southwest is safe. Kwara is now under full attack, with the state government announcing closure of schools in all local government. I said it here some time ago, and that it's just a matter of time before these attacks get to Kogi and Kwara, which are all partly Yoruba states. Let some people continue to delude themselves into believing the Southwest is safe. 38 kidnapped victims from Eruku are still with their kidnappers, and the government isn't even saying anything about it. But yet, a sane person can come online to downplay these attacks. As for the judgment on Nnamdi Kanu, now that the judiciary has done its bit in bringing the protracted case to a close, did anyone really expect anything different? Those canvassing for pardon can now ramp up our effort, because the pardon can only be demanded in the light of conviction. Can the government now beam their light on the actual terrorist? All right, that's what James from Suleja is, asking this morning. Thank you all so much. I do not think we cannot even go further because of time, right? I mean, Alan Smith is right here in the studios and is giving me this daredevil look to get my butt off the chair immediately. All right, thank you all so much for keeping us company on the newspaper review segment this morning. I'd like to state that the views expressed were not influenced by Eagles FM. Alan Smith will be, here in a short bit to bring you up to speed with the latest happenings in the world of sports. Good morning.